I love the smell of this lemon. This makes me happy.
Welcome back to Arm & Hammer Summer Camp. I'm Bo from Lunchbox Dad. It has been so great baking with you in my kitchen this week. Today we're really gonna get creative and explore expressions with a recipe for emoji cookies. Here's the list of ingredients. Before we get started, remember to preheat your oven to 350 degrees like I've already done. And now in a bowl, we're gonna combine flour, baking powder, and Arm & Hammer baking soda. In a separate bowl, mix the butter and sugar until creamy. You can mix this by hand, it's just gonna take a little longer. I have a power hand mixer, I'm gonna use that now to speed things up a bit. Next, we're gonna add in vanilla extract, egg yolks, lemon juice, and a little lemon zest, and mix it all together. There's no limit to the amount of lemon that you can put in. We like ours extra citrusy, so we're gonna zest a whole lemon. Our wet ingredients are mixed. I'm gonna go grab the dry ingredients and combine them. We're gonna divide this dough in half and put it on the cutting board. We divide it in half because it's a little bit easier to manage for us to knead the dough. But before we do that, we're gonna do a light dusting of flour on the cutting board so it doesn't stick. Parents, don't worry about the mess. Baking is not a clean activity. As you're kneading this dough, if it starts to stick to your hands or the cutting board, grab a little bit of the flour that's around it, throw it on top, and that'll help solve the problem. We're done kneading the dough. We're gonna wrap each half in plastic wrap and then chill in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. The dough is done chilling. I'm gonna go grab it, bring it back to our cutting board. Pro tip right here, we use a piece of parchment paper on the cutting board and on top of the dough to roll it out nice and smooth. Plus it makes it easy to transfer the cookies to the baking sheet. We're rolling this dough out to about a uniform 1/4 inch thick. With a 2 to 3 inch cookie cutter, we're gonna cut circles in the rolled out dough and transfer it to the baking sheet. As you're arranging the cookies, make sure that they are about 1.5 inches apart from each other. We're gonna pop these cookies in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes or until the edges turn lightly brown. The cookies are done, cooled, and ready for these blank faces to come to life. Decorating is the perfect way for your kids to express themselves, and they can do it in a few different ways. One way to decorate the faces is to use icing. So use the bottle of pre-made icing to make a swirl on top of the cookies, and then use a toothpick to fill in those gaps. If your kids like to use modeling clay, I like to use fondant. Fondant allows you to make really detailed designs, but also if they mess up, they can just roll it back together and try again. Or your kids can combine both techniques and get creative. Your kids are gonna be decorating these cookies for quite a while, and it's the perfect chance for you to rediscover that hobby that you can never seem to find the time for. Thanks so much for letting me be part of your family's summer camp experience this week.